Hey guys, welcome to the second episode of my channel, of my podcast channel. And in this particular episode, we are going to discuss about the book, and the title of the book is "The Magic of Thinking Big." It is written by Robert Schwartz, I think, and as the title of the book clearly imparts what it's about, thinking big and not restricting yourself to a certain barrier, which some of us do. You do it, I do it, limiting our beliefs, our ideas, putting a limiting sense of what we are capable of. In fact, I really have this problem of thinking less than what I can be. I'm still struggling with this, but I think I'm on the right way in a sense, because I always try to eliminate this by taking actions. And I'm learning, and I think I'm in the process, because it's my belief that no change is instantaneous, right? It's always gradual, respective to each and respective to every individual context of your life. Depending on your life's context, you decide the speed of the change, right? So the book talks about most of the foundational layers which we require in order to succeed, on which we build our skill set upon, like belief, having faith in oneself, taking actions, not being fearful, thinking big, etc, etc, being a leader, taking actions, etc. So it talks about belief. Everyone knows about this, right? About these topics. I mean, we have seen this a lot in the in this age of content, in the inspirational videos, in the motivational seminars, in the motivational memes, quotes. We have all seen it, but I think it has become so common, so diluted in the content, that it has become a cliche. It has almost become a cliche, like it has become so diluted that I think it has lost its essence of what it is. I think my thought on this, it's very important. Yes, it is a very foundational layer on which we build our skill set, and again, it's gradual. You need to develop it. Haven't I haven't done it. I In my life, in different aspects of my life, there are certain areas or niche of my life where I have full faith in my capability, that I can do it, and there are other aspects in my life that I doubt myself. It's very common with everyone. But again, my thought is activity, action, taking action, activity, movement. Basically, activity through what you doubt will slowly eliminate that. And that's my thought on how we can advance on that, overcome it. Alongside, the writer talks about excuses. Same case with beliefs, so diluted in the content again. So this book mostly deals with topics like this, and I have read it long way back. I don't remember it. I think I was in college back then. So since then, my choice and preference of books has changed. Now when I read this, I'm no longer interested, and I am inclined to more demanding books. But when I read it for the first time, it surely had an impact, right? It's just you can say that I have outgrow it. I have outgrown that content, that piece of content, or the subject of the content which the content had. Okay, so when I read it for the first time, it surely had an impact, though I would say it is an average book for me now. Right now it has become, because I've already told you, it's kind of an outgrowing thing. And the point here is, it may not be for, it has become average for me now, but it may not be for you, because everyone is in different stages of their mindset, of how they think, so for example, everyone has their different mindsets, how they think, right? So if you feel there's a lack in your mindset, if you feel that you should advance on it, there is no shame. I read it, you can read it. People call this book self-help books, but I don't think it. And self-help has also become a term in which people think that, why is this guy or girl reading this book, what's wrong with them? So I think some people think that, but I think it's a very affirmative book. If you know what affirmation means, it's a very affirmative book for your mind, and you can consume the content of this book So what happens is, while you read, why I'm saying this is an affirmative book is, what happens is while you read, you start to reflect, or basically introspect, and identify the gaps and flaws, and try to advance over them by consuming content of people or subjects, or the book which we are talking about, so that you can acquire what you are lacking. And it's a constant affirmation to your mind to shift your thought pattern. And honestly, in my opinion, this works, because I have tried it, and I have observed this process, how you change your thinking pattern. I think it works this way, or maybe this is one of the ways. Okay, because dwelling or holding on to negativity or things or subjects, consumption of those things which are not helping you, is not good at all. So be very self aware of what you're consuming, and use it, in your benefit, I would say. Now, there are other things. Talking The book talks about, like, being confident in oneself, eliminating fear, you know so again, this is a very affirmative book. Just consume, and just change your thought pattern. And the book also spells some basic methods. It has some basic methods, or tactics, techniques, whatever you want to say them, for you to practice on. It's like small things, which, under particular sections, under particular foundational layers, that you can act upon. And it's basically to practice for, and just to help you in the image of how you perceive yourself and advance in that. Because you need evidence, right? You need evidence for change. And how do you bring evidence? By doing certain things, by taking actions or advancements on them. So again, maintaining your environment, surrounding yourself with positivity and good vibes and good content, and consumption of good material. Okay, it can be good friends, it can be consumption of good content, can be good role models which you follow on wherever, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere. The internet is full of this. So just be aware of what you are influenced by. And that's the most important part here, for me. So for having the right attitude, having goals. The book talks about having goals, which is again very important. Okay, and this is very so there are very simple methods, okay, which are written in the book, and are for you to practice upon, and just bring change by taking action. Again, summing up, this is a very affirmative book, and this is the one word in which I can describe this book. Now, if reading is not your medium, you can consume this, the content which the book shares, on any other medium, whichever you like. It can be reading, it can be videos, it can be audios, it can be anything. But my point is, just be, consume uh, carefully. Consume carefully of what you are being influenced by. So again, I have outgrown this book. I find it very average when I read it. Now I find it very less interesting, because I have inclined to more demanding books right now. But depending on your stage of life, you can definitely give it a read, and it will help you, change the thought pattern which you have. So this that's all I have to share about on this book. Not much to share about the topic which are there in the books, but this is a very good read. And the book, the material which is written in the book is very concise. So you can, it's not very lengthy. You can read it, just it won't take you much long to read it, and you can give it a read. So that's all I have, guys. Thank you for listening. If you have listened to it on any medium, and just please share your feedback, which is very important. I'll try to improve upon that. It can be good feedback, bad feedback. Just I what I want is engagement. And if you have consumed this anywhere, in any by any chance, just drop a comment of what you think can be improved upon, or how you feel. And that's it, guys. Thank you.